Oh, thank goodness that helped and worked. Yay. I think I'm live. It's been a long time since I did something like this. I'm testing out new tools. If you're here, when you get here, I'm actually going to take a few minutes to get myself set up. That way, if anybody is coming on live, gives you about 60 seconds to pop in, find us, all that good. Hi, Laura Vega. If and when you find us here, drop a comment. But also, all of the lovely women who specifically and explicitly signed up for this experience, let me know that you have found me here. And it doesn't matter if it's later today and you're watching the replay, which obviously this is going to be posted to the group, so you'll be able to come back to it whenever you want. But certainly if you signed up for the Back in My Body experience, filled out the little quick Google form, let me know when you watch this. Just drop a little here in the comments or hey or whatever it is. Christine is here. Hi, Christine. It's been so long since I did a live. I love this. So also it wouldn't let me tag people. So that was my intention, was to tag the women who actually filled out the form to sign up for this, to make sure that you see it. I'm going to see if I can come back and tag y'all later so that you could find the replay. But it doesn't matter, because for those who signed up for the Back in My Body experience, you will be receiving a link. Basically, all of the videos are going to be put into a YouTube playlist, and you'll receive a link that will continually be updated. Once this first video is processed and I can add that in addition to the existing pre-recorded videos, you'll have a playlist that you can go to whenever you want to. And hi, Michelle. I see someone else has joined us. I just want to let anybody know who's watching this, whether it's now or later, that if you are in this group and you are seeing this video, you are invited to join this Back in My Body experience, which is going to be 10 days of somatic practices. What the hell does somatic mean? Hi, Joanne. Victoria's here. Ooh. Okay, I'm just going to say that one more time. If you are here and you are seeing this and you are in the Self-Care with Sam Facebook group, you are invited to participate and engage with the Back in My Body experience. If you would like to reach out to me directly and make sure that you have the form to actually opt into it and be added to the WhatsApp group to get the video playlist in addition to some other very useful tools, then just shoot me a message and I'll send you the link to, or just drop a comment below and I will send you the link to access all of that. But you can also access everything right here in this group. It'll all be here for the next 10 days. So I wanted to start with intentions. What does that mean? A couple things here. Intention. What is the intention of doing this, right? We can ask ourselves that in any situation, wherever we are, whatever we're doing, especially if we're noticing some amount of either or, excitement or anxiety, pause or ooh, yes, engagement. Anytime we feel anything like that, we can stop ourselves and say, well, what is my intention here? What do I really want out of this, right? Why am I in this situation or engaging with this person or whatever it might be? And I'm just going to share mine, and I'm going to obviously open it up to let others share their intention for being a part of the Back in My Body experience. My intention is likely the same as some of yours. We are living in a world that is go, 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 and more. And I, just like you, get caught up in the same bullshit. But that being said, I am grateful that I have so many projects that I love working on. So I get very hyper-focused on doing my work and checking off my to-do list and getting it all done, right? And sometimes I even get overly excited about doing the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. And that sort of like dopamine kick that you get from like checking off the to-do list. So all I'm going to say here is that one of my intentions is to just once again practice slowing down and practice letting it settle, practice in order for it to settle into my body, that like I paused for 15 minutes and did this practice and nobody died and everything was fine and I still got everything done. Because the more that we can give us those opportunities to just do the thing that we might be putting off or that feels potentially unsafe for us to do, like pause or slow down, because then we might fall behind or, God forbid, we might disappoint someone or miss a deadline, something like that. But we will give ourselves an opportunity to integrate the fact that like we did it, we did our breathwork practice, or we just like paused for 5 minutes, or we moved our body, or we worked out and we got that done for 30 minutes, 40 minutes, and we still got everything else done. But it's a reprioritization for me, right? It's a practicing that reprioritization of me. My word for this year is like ruthless self-care, like ruthless protection of my own energy. And there's one other thing that I want to do, and I want to invite anybody to do right here, right now, which is to express gratitude. We have heard about the concept of gratitude forever and ever. And we mostly, I think, began hearing about it as a mode of like mindset shifting and like reframing thoughts in our brain, which absolutely works. But my personal opinion is that if we can come into more present connection with our body, you have actually not only an easier way to notice when things feel really good, but I mean, obviously you notice when something is off too, right? But if we can come into more connection with present awareness in our body, you will naturally notice when you have that, yes, right? And then there is a different sort of integration of what you're grateful for, or what that actual embodied positivity. What is that doing for you physiologically versus just always having this like flip, that the switch that you have to flip in your head every time you have a negative thought, you try to like cover it up with a positive thought, right? Both work. One, in my opinion, works a little bit more quickly and deeply, if that makes sense. So I would like to invite you to think about something that you're grateful for at this moment, and a reminder that this can be a person, place, thing, memory, concept, something that you're looking forward to, something in the past, something that's right in front of your eyes right now. And one of those things happened for me not too long ago, and it could be like the stupidest things, but when you notice like, like those moments like in your body, you're gonna have that in your body about stupid things. And that's a beautiful thing, because it shouldn't have to be like this big grandiose concept that you have to like find and connect to. So what mine was not too long ago was that I can put my hair in a low pony. I've been growing my hair out. It's in a low pony, a very tiny, it's in a very tiny low pony. And if I put it high, obviously everything is out the back and it looks like a mullet. So I'm just grateful I grew it. Actually, I think there's a couple people in here who might very much relate to that. Okay. Do this with me a couple times. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Fill up to your highest capacity that doesn't feel straining, and then let it out. And let it out as long as you can, without it being straining, where you're like pushing out the bottom, but actually let as much air out as you can. Naturally breathe back in through your nose. and out through your mouth. And as you exhale, you could pierce your lips. You can make a noise like a sigh or a moan, or you can just let it come out however it wants to. We're just going to do it one more time. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. 3 cleansing breaths is what we just practiced. Again, you can incorporate that at any moment in life. 3 cleansing breaths, and I often do because sometimes it's all I have the capacity for because I got to move on to the next thing. And even just having that little pause, 3 breaths with breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. And the only other thing that I want to mention before giving you one additional practice is like, just so we're clear, what is somatics? Like, what is this concept? Just in case there's anyone here that really wants like just a little bit of clarity, right? The concept of somatic, like the actual word somatics, has the root soma, which is just body in Greek. And so any somatic practice is something that is body-based, which is a lot, right? Anytime we breathe and anytime we move. But also, anytime there is a sensory experience. So I could be, obviously, if I'm alive, I'm breathing, right? I'm always going to be breathing. But somatic breath work, for example, is going to be much more intentional, conscious breath work while being in very intentional connection with the internal experience of that. And that also goes for the somatic movement or somatic yoga, right? It's that plus the added value of having a practitioner guide you continually into the internal experience, sensory, sensation-wise, of how that feels. And the purpose of that is to practice that internal connection. Not only presence, right? You have that sort of like a little bit more general concept of like, well, obviously if I could be not in the future or in the past, which is where so many of us end up when we stay in our head always. But if I can connect to my sensory experience in my body, then that automatically drops me into the present moment. In addition to that, it gives me the opportunity to attune to my own needs in a way that is so much more intentional than living from our reaction storyland space that's in our head. You have to remember that your brain is like a computer, right? It's running on programs. It's running on what happened last time and how did that pan out, and let me quickly run that program so that I can feel safe in a way. But what if we were to use somatic practices to start to trust ourselves again, because we can feel it and attune to what we need at any given moment. And it is very much practice. And that's why we're here, just to practice. That's why I said in the initial description, right? Like, we're just trying this on. Just try it on, right? Even if you can't show up every day for the 10 days, it's cool. Not only can you access the videos still, but just try it on. It's not another thing to check off your to-do list. Christine said, I'm grateful for my son's independence. I heard that. Actually, I had that same thought earlier because I was getting annoyed with my daughter for telling me 16 times when she needed, what she had after school and when she needed to get picked up and da-da-da. And I took a breath and I said, I'm really thankful actually that she's on top of all this, because sometimes it's really hard for me to be. So even though she was annoying me repeating exactly what she needed, like when and where and what, like repetitively, it's great that she's on top of it. So having that moment where like you can notice like a reaction to something and then pivot it because you're noticing that that is a triggered response. So, but like once we like look at that and I can put this over here, I can go, oh, okay, I'm really like more reactionary right now. I can take it away from me. I put it over here. And then I'm able to access gratitude and presence. Thank you, Christine. Okay. Last piece of our live for today. We're going to do a little body scan. I am sitting right now just on like a meditation pillow. I'm in cross leg / like lotus, like my legs are kind of like stacked a little bit. You can sit or lay down. It doesn't matter. And that's going to be the case for many of the seated or grounded practices that we'll do for the 10 days. If you want to lay down, like if you really like you're done, lay down, on your back. But if you're good, you're okay. Have a seat. Your legs don't have to be in cross leg. You can extend them out. You could also put yourself up against the wall. If you feel like, like I literally don't have like the upper body strength to like hold myself upright for 5 minutes right now. Put yourself up against the wall with your legs extended out like an L and give yourself grounding through your seat always. So that's where we'll begin. However you decided to land, whatever's connected to the ground, I want you to draw your attention to that. And you can give yourself a couple more cleansing breaths if you want. Into the nose. As you exhale, settle into your seat or your back, whatever's on the ground. One more time. Breathe in. Maybe a big sigh. Ah. You're going to hear me say it a million times to get as weird as you can or want to with it. And then just start to let your breath come in and out through your nose. If you want, you can close the eyes. I'm going to always give you the invitation to close the eyes. But if at any point it just feels like you'd rather look around or you'd rather kind of keep your eyes open, just kind of soften your eyelids, right? Allow the eyes to be soft or let them be closed. And we're going to start by scanning the body. So as we said, somatics is all about, being really super connected to that internal experience. So what better way to practice that than to just take 5 minutes to really notice all the parts of our body and scan everything with not a seeking, fixing type of energy where I have to find something that feels good or bad and fix it, but just a caring, loving presence and acceptance to all the parts. And we're going to start from the bottom. So I'm going to draw your attention again all the way down. First, allowing your body to get super heavy and down into your foundation. So whether it's your back body or your bottom, just let yourself land a bit and start to notice your toes. And as I bring your attention to different areas of the body, if that body part naturally wants to move or wiggle or adjust or change position, let it happen. We don't want to suppress, but we also don't want to come at it from this space of fixing things, just allowing. So notice your toes. And then notice your feet, the soles of your feet, the tops of your feet. Notice your ankles. Bring your attention to your lower legs, the back of your legs, your calf, the front of your legs, along your shin. Checking in with your knees, making any little adjustments that feel like they would support you, they would benefit you. And then letting your awareness travel up your leg to the upper leg, the back of the leg at the hamstring, front of the legs. And if you can take your awareness up through your thigh muscles, all the way up towards your hip creases, right? The hip joint, where your leg meets your pelvis. Offer yourself any movement or adjustment that wants to come through that zone. And then bring your awareness to the fullness of your pelvis, right? That entire like bone structure that's kind of like this bowl or balance system that's really like this integral part of our middle center, actually finding our center. Just let some weight pull down through your pelvic floor. Notice if you can relax through your lower belly, letting anything go. We might have been holding in. Start to let that go. And again, offer little tiny micro movements or full-on readjustments or nothing at all. Maybe we just offer that zone a landing, an ability to just allow it to just be. Your breath is just flowing in and out through your nose here. And if at any point through any of these practices you find yourself holding your breath or just kind of like losing conscious connection to it, it's okay. Just come back to it when you notice that you can reconnect. And bring some awareness through the middle body, right? Notice your rib cage. Start to become aware of your spine, the axis of your body. Maybe even noticing like a very slight lengthening through your spine, like just like a 0.5 millimeter of space being made between each vertebrae. And as you breathe in and out through your nose, just notice your lungs filling and emptying. Again, coming at this from a space of acceptance and care, compassion, even for the areas that might feel a little bit harder to connect to, that might have pain, discomfort. See if we can practice just accepting without fixing, without judging. And start to bring your awareness just a little bit higher through the body. We start to notice our chest. Maybe offer ourselves just a tiny bit of space across the front of the chest. Maybe it's so subtle that it just kind of comes with an inhale. Noticing the back of the body for a moment here, right along the back of your back. So maybe you notice a very slight expansion of your back ribs as you breathe in. And then that gentle release. Just draw your attention a little bit higher. Notice your shoulders. And with your next exhale, can your shoulders just relax a bit? So letting the weight kind of like pull down then, and your awareness, your connection move to your arms. And just kind of let the arms become heavy. Notice any tension in the deltoids, upper arm muscles. Release and relax through your triceps. Notice your elbows. Let them go a little bit. Sometimes even like connection between the knees and the elbows, like we tend to lock those joints a little bit. Let that go. And even find some softening down through your lower arms, your wrists, and even through your fingers. And then we're going to just notice a little bit above. Relax your face. Notice your head. Notice your skull just kind of like perching at the top of your spine. Release a little bit of tension through the face, through the eyes, the cheekbones, the jaw. Maybe move your tongue a little bit if that feels helpful at all. Just simply bringing your awareness to all of your parts and accepting and allowing them to just exist the way that they are. And just noticing the space at your brow line and at the center of your forehead, even letting your awareness travel a little bit above that as well to the space about 6 inches above your head. So now connecting even more deeply to like your overall energy. Giving yourself time to like meet yourself in these locations because it's not always easy, doesn't always feel natural. That's okay. And whatever seemed to come naturally as far as what your connection to that energy above your head, right? Whatever, maybe there was a visual or a sensation or any type of awareness up there. You don't have to name it. Just feel that for a moment and just let it sort of drape and drizzle down over the rest of your body. Let it just kind of pool up and out through the crown of your head and then blanket you from top to bottom. And just take 2 more breaths in and out through your nose. Let it come in naturally, right? Sometimes there's like a natural, deeper exhale, especially as we downregulate the nervous system. You start to come into rest and digest into your recovery state. You're going to notice some more exaggerated exhales and or sighs or other releases. And then just start to move whatever wants to move first, like very slowly and gently. Maybe it's just wiggling the toes and the fingers, or maybe it was something else. Just notice like what wants to move first. I don't know if you just heard my neck cracks, but wow. Just wow. And I can tell you that really, I didn't even have access to that crackly release until doing this, which is a whole nother discussion. 1 cleansing breath. Breathe in deeply through your nose. Fill up a little bit more, like sip in more. Hold. Let it out through your mouth. This was longer than I intended it to be. I'm not surprised in any way, but I really hope this was helpful. I want to hear how it went. Thanks, Christine, for letting us know about your son. I love that. Rose, thanks for joining us. I know you had to run, but I would also love to know how this felt for you or anybody else who joined us. Drop me a little line in the comments. And if you would rather not engage like in the full group, and you are more than welcome to message me directly if that is if that feels a little bit more comfortable to you. And yeah, I'm gonna probably edit the description of this video with a prompt that's a little bit more specific, like then how was this for you? To give you an opportunity to actually connect and describe a little bit more intentionally. But as far as, you know, letting me know, Christine says it was great, which I love. All right. That's all for today, guys. For the next 9 days following this one, there will be videos every single day. I probably will throw at least 1 more live in than just this first day and the last day, just because I'm feeling it. But at minimum, there will be a link to a video for you to watch and a prompt for you to let me know how it felt or to just go a little deeper into the experience for your own benefit. If you have any questions about this particular practice or the overall experience that I'm offering here, just drop it in the comments or shoot me a message, let me know. If you want to be added to the WhatsApp group to receive a link to the video there each day, if it's easier for you to click through in a WhatsApp group, again, shoot me a message. and we'll get you set up. Have a great day. Talk to you.